Hey y'all, it's btaylortv and I'm here to address some things. And I don't know if this is gonna be a smoke show or not, but I'm pretty sure there's people that got issues with me. They can address it here. Okay. I'm gonna be going over some things. Let me make sure this music is lowered down. Welcome, welcome. Hey y'all. Hopefully my mods are in the chat. Sorry if my service is a little like shaky. The area that I live in, for some reason, where I stay. Let me just turn off the background. Let me just turn off the background music because. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Hopefully the sound is good. Let me know if the sound is good for you guys. I don't know how my internet is looking right now, but I just want to address some things because a lot of people have been hitting me up. They want to hear from me. I just recently did a wonderful interview with Yanni, Real Talk with Yanni, and I thought it was so great. I thought it was a great, healthy discussion. It was motivating for me personally. But our interview got a lot of people triggered, especially the after show, where people from the Manosphere and the Lapeef Network and audience wanted to jump on and speak their piece or speak whatever issue. My problem is that it's a contradiction for me because people hop on and say one thing because I'm calling it clout chasing. I'm gonna just be real. I'm calling it clout chasing because a lot of people don't even know those people don't even know who Real Yanni is. So why were you in her chat? Why were you in her chat? Why were you going so hard? Why were you there? Why were you trying to hop on a panel? Why were you trying to have this discussion if you didn't care about it? Hey, y'all. Thank you. Okay, good. My audio is good. Okay, great. Demetrius, I don't have an issue with you. I got issues with Yanni. She, the same one who was supporting that whole babies, aka stop the birthing. No. I follow Yanni and I have never seen her support that movement. Now, she said that if you are dealing with a man and having a baby with a man who don't want that baby, and that's a violent man, you got to think and consider your situation that you're in and just be careful to protect your womb. I've heard Yanni say protect your womb at all costs. Okay. She has not said those specific things. Now, that I have never seen her say. So I can't even go off of that. I know there are some women, but I think people kind of like misconstrue that. But I just want to, you could say the smoke for me. And if some people want to pull up and discuss some things, I'll drop the link. And have that discussion with you. But I wrote down some things because I've gotten people who try to say that I'm playing like the victim. That, I'm crying and running around panel to panel and crying about some things. So I want to clarify some things for you guys. Shout out to my new followers. Thank you. Welcome to btaylortv. I don't know what to call y'all. You agree with that? The reason I said that is because I know she interviewed Samantha Cooker. I don't know who Samantha Cooker is, but that's, you can interview somebody and try to get their perspectives. But I know women who end up saying that it's misconstrued to do that to all babies. I think that is saying if you don't want to be out here being a single struggling mom and you out here, protect your womb. Y'all say that all the time to single mothers. You should have protect your womb better. So, which way are you going to go about it, But no, thank you for bringing that up, Demetrius. Thank you. So first thing I put on my list, why was this discussion needed? Why now? And I think a lot of this was needed because of everything that happened with me and Pearly. And it's so crazy to me how so many people says Pearly cooked me. What did she cook? Let's really address the problem. I think a lot of the men were mad that I said women should have multiple dating options. Y'all didn't want to hear when I said keep your legs closed. Y'all didn't want to hear the part where I said be celibate and date. Y'all didn't want to hear about the part of when I said talking on the phone and getting to know these men, but don't use them. And once you find somebody who's showing the same consistency as you, then you can take them seriously in the dating. Y'all didn't want to hear that part. Y'all wanted to hear the regurgitated talking points. Y'all were mad that I confronted y'all queen, Pearly. Y'all were mad that I confronted her about why are you in this space? And you know what's funny is that I commend the kings that had the integrity enough to come to me and apologize on where I was going, because you don't always have to agree with everything that I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because I know that I say things that's like, hey, why would you say that? Why are you thinking like that? I don't come off as a know-it-all, and neither should you, because you don't know everything. Everybody have different walks in life and different experiences, right? But for some reason, when I give my opinion, it should be shut down. I should shut up. But I'm invited to these discussions for a reason, because regardless of how y'all think I'm so entertaining, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. Thank you, Skyla. I appreciate it. I wanted to look cute for y'all. But yeah, going back to how this all started. Okay. I got drugged on the internet, and it wasn't even Pearly who drugged me. It was my own community of Black men who threatened, who talked about my looks, who talked about me as a mother, who talked about me. They threw personal shots. Why is it that my opinions about dating and relationships should be personalized? Why is my personal life up for, whatever? I guess that's social media, right? Okay, I get it. It's social media, right? So now all these same men who had something to say about me are now apologizing. Although I will say a lot of those men apologized behind closed doors after that whole thing happened. Everything was cool. That's why I went back to the people. I got to know JR. I think, and let me get something clear. I think JR is a cool person. I've met him in person. We all went to brunch and had drinks. Love Kelly. That's my girl. I do plan to go out there and visit them in the future. I don't have any problem with addressing what I have a problem with, the things that have taken place on panels. That doesn't mean I have a problem with that specific person, nor am I trying to cancel. I think that there's just some things that needed to be addressed because of this Pearly situation that happened, right? So it just showed, because when Yanni started digging deeper about the Pearly thing, she saw what happened to me and how I was treated, how all these men made videos about me. They're clickbaiting about me, clipping up certain things, talking about me, calling me all types of names. Then she dug even deeper and saw other women getting into altercations, unnecessary altercations, and being called out their name. They're being yelled at. They're being kicked off. They're being muted. They're being basically disrespected. And have some women came on the panels and been disrespectful? Yes, but to be outright personal and disrespectful, I have not seen that. It was always initiated by a man first. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the panels that I've been on, it's always been initiated at men first as being the aggressor. So it just needed to be addressed, and she addressed it, right? So a lot of you guys are saying, y'all are mad about the conversation. What's wrong with having the conversation? I think that me, and of all people, have been on these panels for months, okay? So I have a right to speak about my experience being a woman, a Black woman, and a mother in the Black manosphere. I have a right to talk about my experience. Yanni is not familiar with the Black manosphere, but now she's getting a taste of how toxic and how a lot of these men are weirdos, straight up weirdos, okay? Especially the ones who like to sit back from their fake accounts and talk crap. She is now discovering it because now they're targeting her and trying to make money off of her. Okay, let me answer this one. Demetrius, see, Abby, my whole thing about that panel is they set you up. What I was trying to figure out was why. So when said set up, right? I was talking about I learned from the previous week is when that whole Kay and Kayla thing went down, it was stated that they wanted to bring on this is not the exact words, but I'm gonna bring on some white women to show these women how to be feminine and how to be that. I'm gonna replace them with some white women. That was what was said. And so they switched up the panels, right? I came on and I just feel like it proved my point when all these people were making videos and they made it about race. So you just proved my point. The narrative was already there. No one had to purposely do it. All you had to do was set something and certain people on a panel and have a discussion and not have a diversity with the men, but the diversity with the women. All these men are going to do is compare. Black women are compared all the time, from our hair, from our skin color, from how we talk, from how we're dressed, from how our body looks, how big our booty is, how big how wide our hips are, our weight. If we are educated, if we have kids, if we don't have kids, and if you don't have kids, you know, don't have kids at this time. There's so much pressure being a Black woman. So we are used to being compared all the time, but it's very hurtful when it's coming from people and men who look like us. That was my point. So why did I go back? I didn't want to go back at first. I said, I quit. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. This is disgusting. These people are weird. These people are toxic. These people are out for blood. And I was the target point, right? And Yanni even said, like, why do you keep going back? At the time, from the people around me, was like, you know what? Don't let them think that they ran you off. Stand your ground. Show how strong you are, you know. Don't let them think they ran you off, you know. And I didn't have any problems specifically with Anton or JR at the, you know, when all of that went down. I just, once everything was explained, and he apologized. So I'm like, okay. I kept being like, do you want to? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll go with backup. I'll go with backup, because at the one time, and I came and I bought, you know, Sheba. I bought her with me, and I just was like, well, if they do tag team me and try to jump on me, at least somebody will see it from the outside view, you know? So I felt more comfortable coming back, and I don't mind debating. That's what it's not a discussion, it's a debate. Because if it's a discussion, people are discussing things to meet a middle ground. No, some of those people on those panels are not there to meet a middle ground. They're there to fight. They're there to argue. They're there to prove that they're right and you're wrong, and that you should listen to them, and they have all the answers, and blah, 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 blah. That's called a debate, because you're trying to debate your point over somebody else's. And I used to do that until I'm like, I stopped caring about what people had to say. If you want to believe that, you go and believe that, okay? Let me say what I want to say without you jumping down my throat and trying to tear me apart for my opinions. For my opinions. Sometimes you just got to agree to disagree. You don't always got to jump down somebody's throat and say how you feel and that you disagree with this, unless it's just something outrageous, right? Or you question that, hey, why do you think this way? And what about this? No, that's not the discussion. It's just like, oh, you're this. Oh, this is why this. Like, it's like you're tearing each other apart. So it's like the culture of it needed to be questioned. It was a healthy discussion. And Yanni wanted to confront Anton and all of his back and forths that he has had with women, and why he acts the way he acts and says some of the things he says. He has a big platform. He has a big following. And so a lot of dimwits who take everything literal, they see that he's calling Black women the devil and this and that. Those dimwits are going to be like, yeah, Black women are the devil, every one of them. So she was saying, hey, you have a following, and some of the things and how some of the women were treated. It's setting a tone how other men under him who want to be like Anton, because come on, there's a lot of men who want to be like him, want to be in his position, want his money, want his bank account, want his opportunities, want all of that, right? That's why they don't say anything to him, because they know better. Okay. They're going to follow and start speaking that way. They're going to create their own content, but they're going to create it in a way of hate because that's how they're perceiving it. So it's all about the perception of some time and taking accountability for some of the things that you have said. But first of all, this is not even dealing with the cruise season. The cruise season, I felt comfortable. Now, some people that have come on, I've gotten to spats with, and I felt like some people have gotten on to come at me purposely. They wanted to come and come for me, and I'm not dumb, and you can't tell me otherwise. There's some people who watch the show, and they're like, I don't like what she said. Somebody got to come in and check her. Check me for what? Check me for what? For my opinions? For my opinions and life experiences, or my friends' experiences and the things that we want to talk about and I want to discuss. So I went back because I felt like I'm not going to be defeated. But now I understand how unhealthy some of these discussions over and over and over and over again have become. And on top of that, my content was suffering, because I was getting everybody's thoughts and opinions in my head, and it started to misconstrue some of the things that I held truly to myself. And so that made my content suffer. I stopped posting because I was tired, Let me answer this person. Feminine bad girl. Y'all do treat Sita girl badly. Ignore her and overall. First of all, I have no problems with Sada. Outside of the YouTube, I have congratulated her on her engagement. I've complimented her. She's complimented me. There's no, this is a thing, y'all, it's a panel. So sometimes people are going to have disagreements. They're going to be throwing shade at each other because it's not a discussion. It's a debate. Okay. So some people being overtalked, we're all overtalked. We're all overtalked, But I don't have a problem with Sada, and Sada knows that. I don't have a problem with her. We have discussions outside of YouTube through DMs, Instagram DMs, and talked about some things, or I clarify some things, and I even probably apologize for hey, you know what? I went a little too much, or whatever. And no hard feelings. She's never, from what I know, she's never taken anything too personal. She's just whatever. We're here to talk. I'm here to learn. I'm here to have a discussion, right? But in that moment, these are more like debates. And that's how a lot of people treat these discussions. They're debates. So I do want to say, I have a list here, and I want to play some videos as well. My future on the panels. I don't want to do them anymore. I don't want to do them anymore as for how I feel right now. I don't want to do them anymore because I feel like I didn't start YouTube. I could easily create drama. First of all, my YouTube channel, I created my YouTube channel for mental health, for relationship talk, but not the toxic back and forth relationship talk. It was more so I've had bad experiences. I put my life out there. People know, I don't try to hide from that. I don't try to hide from my flaws. I don't try to make it seem like I'm perfect. I don't try to make it seem like I have all the answers. If anything, use me as an example of what not to do. If you look at my past videos, I have talked about my experiences, and I've learned the hard way. You can't get mad at me because I had to go through it. You can't get mad at me about my decisions that I had to go through. Whatever consequences I had to face them, not you. So you sitting there oh, well, I've always been vulnerable. Mental health is important. Cola 314. Mental health is so important. And my mental health as a mother who's not married, has definitely been impacted because those voices, those negative voices and comments, they do get to you. And it's so easy for people to sit up here and say, oh, who cares? You don't have thick skin. No one is supposed to be put in a position to take on scrutiny all the time. Until you're in my position and until you see your face somewhere getting posted over and over and over and over and over again, and people insulting you and talking about you and making fun of you, making thumbnails and all types of stuff about you, You can't say how you would feel or how you would do things because you're not in that position. You're not in that position. I have to go through this for months. So I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm a victim. Other people have seen how I was treated in these spaces, and that's what they see. I never said I'm a victim. Ooh. I know I went to these panels. I never tried to hide from it. I just didn't like the atmosphere on some of these panels. I didn't like the atmosphere. I didn't like what went down. I don't like how I came out of character. I don't like how I came out of character. I don't like how I felt like I had to be aggressive. I had to yell. I had to overtalk. Because if I didn't, I knew that somebody the next day was gonna clip this up and say, B Taylor gets schooled. B Taylor gets cooked. B Taylor gets humbled. So if I'm thinking about all of these things, I'm like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Like, oh, no, you think you about to clip this up and you schooling me? No, I'm not to tell. No, it's going to be a back and forth. It's going to be a back and forth. Tampa Supreme, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my next one, do I have beef? Do I have beef? I don't have beef for nobody because none of these people are important to me. Nobody is important enough for me to have beef with, because if you can't see me in person and you ain't never met me in person, I ain't got no beef. You can have smoke for me. You can have beef with me. But the one thing that I don't respect, I'll call you out. That don't mean I'm beefing with you, but I will call you out. It is so hard to not respond, right? But I will call you out because the next one is the hypocrisy. I don't mind calling people out, but that don't mean that I'm beefing with you. So I saw some things and some people saying some things, and I want to address something that happened on Yanni's live where it said, I try to hit somebody up and say, oh, I gotta put you on game with the sisterhood. Never said that. Never said, oh, I'm trying to recruit people for the sisterhood. Never said that, because I've seen the comments where people are like, oh, B Taylor's going around trying to recruit people for the sisterhood. No, I have not. I have never done that. I have said, hey, this is why women protect other women, because in these situations, the men are never going to have your back. They're never going to jump in and like go back for you. They're never going to let you say, hey, let her speak. It's not too many men that will do that for you, but the women will. That's all. That's all I said. It's like, if you see something as a woman, like, do you not identify as a woman? Some of these women do not identify as women. I think they're so male identified that they don't see that if it's not you now, it will be you one day, because there's no real loyalty there. Men, it's so funny how these men say the sister code when there's a bro code. There's a brotherhood code with a lot of the men, because there have been men working behind the scenes to get me and Sheba kicked off these panels. They have thrown temper tantrums and gotten mad. I'm not coming back because B Taylor is there. Okay, goodbye. So if you can go behind the scenes and text other people, oh, I don't want them to come back. Oh, I don't want them this. Oh, B Taylor said this to me and I'm so tired of it, so I'm going to quit the panel. Okay, cool. Like, there's a brotherhood. Y'all act like y'all not texting each other behind the scenes. Y'all act like y'all not talking about B Taylor and Queen Sheba and y'all problems, or even, hey, Kayla sis, or Kayla, you know? So don't act like there's not a bro code there, because there is. There are a group of men who sit and have group chats and talk about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, what's going to happen. So y'all mad about the sister code or sisterhood and all this other stuff. Like, y'all was trying to use that as an insult. So I just was like, okay, I'm part of the sisterhood, whatever, call it what it is. One thing I'm learning about life, at one point or another, we will have to answer to our own mirrors instead of attempting to clean another person's mirror. You are strong, B. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, La Pink. There definitely is. You have to look in the mirror, and I have to look in my mirror. But what I don't need you to do is hold a mirror up to me without looking at your ass. Okay. Look at yourself first, because you may be, some of these women, it's so toxic how they just like, they're so male identified and they think that they're better than you. And it's like, how dare you as a human being? How dare you think that you're better than somebody because of their life mistakes? You never know. Every person that I know that judged another person has gotten what is that the saying? Their shoe on the other foot or whatever. Elephant. There's definitely a bro code. Didn't think so at first, but I see there is now. Nobody holds each other accountable. Yes. Nobody. Thank you for saying. I'm gonna leave this up right quick because I wanna address some things. Because there definitely is a bro code, and the men don't want to hold the other men accountable in front of the women. But those same men want other women to hold other women accountable in front of the men and in front of the world. So which one is it? Because I have yet to see a man hold another man accountable on a live panel I've been on. Never done, never seen it. Never seen it. There's been men, oh, B. Taylor, take her wrench away because she did it. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb to it. Like, there's definitely a bro code, and a lot of these men stay on code. They do. They stay on code, and they don't hold each other accountable. She said, now I got smoke for the mods. Why? What's going on? Kayla, this whole situation is so mentally draining, which is why I had to step away. Kayla, that's so true. And like, I thought about you when I was doing these panels. I'm like, I don't know how she did this every Thursday, because this is just like, this is so draining. Like, having like men act a fool and be like shucking and jiving on these channels every week. Sheba, you can always tell how a content creator feels by the comments they allow. She didn't remove it because that's what she stands for. Wait, what y'all talking about? I don't know what y'all talking about. I just saw your community post. Why didn't I just saw your community post. I'm gonna address that. Oh, best believe I got a screenshot of that. Saw your community post. Why didn't anyone remove that chat or threaten y'all? Exactly. Because me and Sheba got threatened physical harm over our opinions. And let me tell y'all something. I can easily go and rack up thousands of views. Sell out. That's called selling your soul. I'm in media. That's called selling your soul, when you only make content not for the betterment, not for your values, not for your integrity, but you make certain content and you say certain things for a paycheck. That's called selling yourself short, and it's called selling your soul. People think when they say, oh, you're selling your soul, that means, oh, you gave your soul to the devil. No, you didn't have to give your soul to the devil. You're doing the devil's work by not spreading your beliefs and your integrity, but instead you could rack up views getting into it with people, calling them out their name, yelling, screaming, shouting, being messy, bringing up people's past, bringing up people's families. Okay, let's talk about that. Bringing up people's husbands, bringing up people's children. That's called selling your soul for a paycheck. So you think you're on top and you're winning, but you're going to have to pay for those. It's going to catch up to you one day. Think of any celebrity that has thrived off of negativity. What has happened to them in their future? Love Wendy Williams, but some of the things that she has done and said has hurt other people along the way for entertainment. Look how that has caught up to her. Look where she is now and how she is suffering, not only mentally, but physically. Because when you have that sickness and hate in your body and you're creating pain and inflicting pain and hurt on other people and their family, that is going to come back in you. And it comes out in a physical form. So when you start going through things, look and see what you have created. So you may be on top. You may have all this money. But what are you doing? Jaron Wilson, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Some of these female content creators are sick mentally. I agree. I had a woman literally tell me, you want the life that I live. I may not have the ideal life, but I'm pretty proud of a lot of accomplishments outside of YouTube. Because guess what, guys? I have a life outside of YouTube. I have put myself out there to be judged, and I understand that, right? But I did it to overall, I am perfectly imperfect. And I know there's other women that are like me. There's other women who had children outside of marriage. And guess what? I'm here to let them, give them some type of form of hope, because y'all just want these women to jump off a bridge and just delete themselves or something. Y'all have no solutions for those women, only insults, only condemning them. God says to judge out of love. If you don't know me and you don't help me out personally and you don't have anything that you support me in any way, who are you to judge me? You're just there to condemn me. There's a difference between judging and holding people accountable and condemning people. So I want to play something, because I want to play something that's that I found where somebody was being a hypocrite. There's a lot of things I could play, right? There's a lot of things I could let's see. I could play. But I want to start here because I was in the comments when all of this went down, right? I was in the comments when all of this went down. And, you know, let me see. Okay, I'm going to just put it like that. I was in the comments when all of this happened. So let me mute myself.
What was your reason for calling in? Did you were you thinking about more solution based? Like, what was your whole reasoning for calling in?
When I was calling in, sorry, Lucky. When I was calling in, I was just calling because I felt like Mr. Lecko was up there trying to distance himself from the disrespect, and he couldn't do that because he was disrespectful to me and it wasn't warranted. But I should have talked to him about that offline. Like, that wasn't the place. And at the end of the day, I didn't get to watch the Anton part because I was on a different panel. So somebody let me know that this Anton thing was going on, and Yanni was checking the Lapeef network, and I was like, oh shoot, what's happening? So I went over there. I was late, and I saw Mr. Lecko up there, and that's when I was like, what is this? Well, how is he any different from this? But my biggest thing is, these men aren't hurting me. Like, when they're jumping on me, even when they're calling me bitch, blah, 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 I have heard much worse. So you can get that out. I'm going to tell you how overly emotional you're being, and you need to calm down, and we need to get back to this conversation and try to understand each other. That's all I care about. When they're talking about, oh, it was so disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. Usually after these incidents happen, I have gotten an apology from these men, even when it's really, really egregious.
I want to call it the hypocrisy. Why was your ass up there? Why were you up there? Why did you jump up on there? Why did you jump on the panel, but then backdoor and say, oh, I should have? No, stand on it. If you're going to hop on a panel and say some stuff publicly to 2,000 plus people, stand on that. Stand on that. Because to me, that resonate as in you looking for clout. Because you ain't never seen me get on no panel and say something, say, oh, I take that back. No. I stood on what I said. I said what I said. Take it how you feel. If you feel like it apply to you, that ain't my problem. Address me. But for her to hop on and say, oh, I wasn't offended. You could call me out my name. What in the trauma is that? I've been called worse. It's okay. They can hit me and apologize later. Oops, sorry. They could call me out their name and apologize later. What that sounds like? What does that sound like to y'all? Am I missing something? She was said she's clout chasing and goes to any party she's invited to. Fantasy, I'm talking about you. I feel like you were being a clout chaser. Point blank, period. You were being a clout chaser because there was no reason for you to hop on Yanni's live and address something and then try to take it back. You was invited. You wasn't invited. You was not invited. You was not invited. You know how I know? Because I actually have Yanni's number. So you were not invited. Who invited you? You jumped on that link and jumped on. She was doing a review. So you can't sit there and say, who invited you? Who invited you? It's weird that you're clout chasing and you're hopping panel to panel, trying to join a discussion that had nothing to do with you. No one asked Fantasy Island Girl for her opinion. You decided to hop up there. You cannot be a fence straddler. If you're going to hop on a panel that has Anton coming at Anton and you work for Anton and you're under him and he's helped building your platform, then you just best believe to be quiet and be like Ali, sit back in the comments and go off. That's what you should have did. That's what you should have did. But you joined, you chose to hit that link, set up your camera, set up your mic. You decided to get on something no one invited you to. No one asked you for your opinion. No one asked you to come up there and talk about your experience. So if you wanted to come up there and talk about Mr. Let Go because you didn't agree with some of the things that he said, stand on it. That's all I asked for. And I think I think you're contradicting yourself because you're not standing on your word. Because how I feel about Let Go and what I said about Let Go, I stand on it. I don't wish I'd said anything differently. Not at all. If it was a conversation that needed to be had, I'm not going to backdoor and jump on one live and then backdoor and jump on another live and say, oh, I should never did that. Well, Fantasy, I heard, hold on, because I'm going to be fair. Hold on, Queen Sheba, I sure did say it because she was all in my business last night for no reason. Yeah, I saw that and I did see that. What was your smoke with Sheba? What did she do to you? I was invited to other lives. I'm not talking about Yanni's live. I'm saying most of the lives I go to, I'm definitely invited. Okay, I'm talking about Yanni's live. You're saying I don't work for Anton, but you did say you got kicked off and banned from Anton's show. So therefore, you did work under him. You went on his show, and now you're banned on it because you probably tried to go back and you found out you were banned. And then you tried to also, I'll let the video play. No, you did not stand on it because you just said in this live right here, I should have said something different. I should have talked to him. And you said I talked to Mr. Let Go and he immediately apologized to me. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting on a different live and saying, oh, I should never went up there and da-da-da-da. I said nothing wrong about Anton. No, you hopped on a panel that was trying to hold Anton accountable. And then you don't want to, I don't want to be involved. You can't straddle the fence. Either you're on there to defend or you on there to speak your truth. Which one is it? That's all I'm saying. It's the hypocrisy. So I'm going to let this play out.
Egregious. Even when they're like, oh, this man usually doesn't apologize. They have come to me afterwards and publicly apologized to me on a different panel. So it doesn't make any sense for me to be like, I can't stand these men. They're so disrespectful when we be chilling most of the time on different panels. It's just a blow up will happen.
So I don't know if this is addressed to all of us, but she said y'all should have stayed the fuck up off the panel.
Tell Taylor, like that's like stuff like that. It's like I'm just gonna say this, man. People gonna get mad how they want to be put, take how they want to take it.
Before I let that play, it's so funny because Illa apologized to me and Sheba apologized to us behind the scenes. There was no beef. So why are you on somebody else's panel saying, you know what, I don't care if somebody get mad. So you don't care about anything that we talked about. You ready to go off about it. Because, and I was saying, whoever it applies to, what that comment that I put on there, I said, whoever it applies to. Billy the Kid, thank you for subscribing. Let me go to this. I don't like how Let Go equates women as children. It makes no sense. Why start a family with someone who you equated? You know what? I think that that's trauma as well, because maybe he looked at his mom, like some of the decisions she's made was childlike. And so to forgive her, he maybe had to kind of like equate that. I don't know. This is just my opinion and my assumptions. I'm not saying this is facts, but that's the only way I can think of it. Because if I went around and said men are children, why would I want to be? No, I say there's little boys and then there's men. I don't say all men are boys because I don't want to be with a boy. I want to be with a man. So it's kind of weird in 2023 to equate women to children. It's weird. It's weird. So that's how I feel. And I stand on it. Mr. Let Go, I sent him the live. If he want to join on, he can join on. If he don't, I can say whatever I want to say. But I'm not taking nothing back that I said, and I'm not taking nothing back that I said about him. But I'm gonna let Illa ride. I'm gonna let Illa ride.
Because I had got into it with B. Taylor, and I came on the show the following week and said, regardless of what happened with me and B. Taylor, I don't want to give off the image that black men and black women hate each other. So it's all love. I stand on what I stand on, but I don't want to give off the image that I'm disrespecting this woman. I will still put on a video next week about men who hate women. So a lot of us, men and women, we're just not intelligent enough and have the decorum enough for these conversations. We're not healed. We're still dealing with damage. personalities, and we're just not mature enough to have these objective conversations with objective people. We're just not ready for them. We're not well versed on the subject matter. All we understand is our pain, and we take our pain and project it on a masses of people instead of doing some homework on the systematic issues that has ultimately created what we deal with as a people. That's what we forgot. We got away from. 60 years ago, we knew that we were put in systematic situations that caused these issues that ultimately came to a head in the community with the back and forth with the man and woman. We got away from that. We just point the finger at each other as if this situation just happened overnight. This, where we at as a people today, came from years and years and years of issues, and no one's dealing with the facts. A lot of these people are just not mature enough for this space. They're not intelligent enough for this space. They're not articulate enough for this space, and they don't have the proper decorum and behavior for this space, and they need to stay off these panels. And I'm not talking to B-Taylor anybody specific. I'm just saying in general, they're just not mature enough for these conversations. A lot of these women just don't know how to deal with men in their real environment. They don't know how to deal with they never dealt with objective men in their lives. So when they deal with a man that's objective, they don't know the difference between an objective man and an abusive man. So when a man raises his voice, or the man shows some type of assertion when he's speaking, they just see an abuser. A lot of these men, they get in these spaces, they talk to these women. They never dealt with a woman who can be feminine, beautiful, and have an opinion. So when a woman just says, hey, brother, I don't agree with that. Oh, here she goes, another dumbass black. These people are just not mature enough, intelligent enough for these conversations. And it's just really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know who he was talking to, because why would you, if I just said that comment and he was like, made a reaction to that comment and then said what he said, then obviously you're talking about me, that I'm not, you saying that, oh, you're not intelligent enough or whatever for this conversation. What does that have to do with what I just said? They don't have nothing to do. Like, I don't disagree with some of the stuff he said, but like, put a name on it. Like, who are you talking about? Because I don't mind putting a name on stuff. I'm just saying. Queen Sheba, I don't F with snakes. Don't call folks asking them to ask me to talk to you and then go on panels and talk ish. Exactly. That's my only problem, because I thought we saw things. And then I see that he's reposting a clip and then saying what he's saying. And then I'm like in the highlighted section. Like, who you talking about? Put a name on it. Put a name. Because if you saying stuff like, if I know I'm in the chat talking and my chat is highlighted and you're saying people are not mature enough and intelligent enough for these conversations, or don't have interactions, the men that I'm acting with, the men that I talk to, they don't talk to me like some of these men on the panel. They have respect for me. I don't need to raise my voice. I don't need to be argumentative. I don't need to do any of that, because these men are actually men who know how to control their emotions. Let's be real. A lot of these men on these panels are very, very emotional. Hey, Kay Cooper. Sheba says, I lost all respect for him. The little that was left anyway. I stand on my word. If I say something, it's squashed. Exactly. That's what I'm like. What? Why you got so much smoke for my comment and it wasn't even about you? Because you didn't hop on Yanni's panel. B-Taylor Hero Point, thank you. He threw darts from the chat. He threw darts. Yeah. People did. People was throwing darts, and that's why I'm like, you know what? I can address this. Sheba says, I wouldn't never accept his apology had I known he moves like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to stand on your word. Like, people, YouTube is weird. It's full of weirdos, to be honest, because people are like snakes. People will start drama and then they want you to join the drama. People want to ask for loyalty. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad I built my platform by myself. I ain't need nobody co-signing me. I collaborated with people, but I didn't start a YouTube channel depending on somebody to, oh, if I do this for you, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, no, I started mine from the ground. And started to collaborate with with some of these men in some of these spaces. I didn't need no cosign, so I don't need to straddle the fence. I don't need to feel like I owe nobody no loyalty. I don't feel like if somebody call me up and say, what, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I don't need nobody trying to check me. Nobody can ban me off nothing, because I don't need your platform to thrive. I have my own, regardless of how many views. Because if I want to get views, I'll create drama every day. But no, I'm trying to create awareness, speak about positive things. I don't even like addressing stuff like this, but it needs to be said because this is the end of an era for me. Right now, I am closing the chapter of being involved in some of these panels because they are not good for my mental health. You're right. I do agree with some of the people on that. Some of that needs to be done with. Some things, honestly, from like a professional standpoint, from a branding standpoint, and where I want to head in life, some of these panels are not conducive. They're not healthy and they're not a good look. And I don't want to be associated with certain people who are moving a certain way for the bag, okay, or drama. Because drama in our community, somebody said it best, entertainment and drama, this is like reality TV, and I'm like over it. So I don't care if I don't get as many views. As long as I know that I'm helping somebody out, even if it's one person and I get one view, I'm good, because this is a hobby for me. Yes, I like the money in YouTube, but this is a hobby for me. It's a hobby. Let me see. I don't see how y'all ever had respect for how that man ain't got an intelligent thought, and how in his head he even looked dumb. I'm not trying to throw insults, but y'all say whatever. I'll let the people judge. They never want to say my name. I'm Loki. I mean, I do agree that people in general nowadays are hypersensitive to abuse, so they perceive assertiveness as abusiveness. Yes, but I also am around men who know how to articulate themselves without raising their voice and yelling. And sassy as hell, B. Taylor. Yes, a lot of them are sassy and they easily triggered. I haven't done that either, yet you're trying to ish on me. I'm not trying to ish on you. I'm just calling it out for what it is. I just feel like that was some. Why hop on Yanni's panel? You had something to risk and lose. Why you hop on there? Why certain people hop on there and then try to backtrack and straddle the fence? I don't like fence straddlers. Stand on what you say. Stand on what you done. I thought certain shows people go on, like Lapeep Thursday Night, Thursday night people understood what they were getting into. You know, the panel switched up. They weren't the same people that was originally there. So you would think the tone would change, but no, other people wanted to have certain energies live on. Hold on. Trying to look at these. Queen Sheba says, and they think I'm not aware they're planning to try to dox me and my family, and Lucky's involved. Thought I didn't know. I'm gonna let that sit there. Because that's let me tell you something about people and their families. You want to play dirty with people and their families, best believe your slate better be clean. You family members, you bringing up people and trying to dox them. Girl, I just started my channel last week and got to the space a month ago. Now you are trying to dump on me working with people in these spaces that invited me. No. Island girl, Fantasy Island girl. First of all, my problem is two things with you. Is that you hopped on one of the people that the reason why this discussion was being had is because my interview with Yanni. Okay. That's why all of this is now, and she, who is new to what is going on in the Black manosphere space, wanted to address it. She wanted to address it as she seen fit. You came over. Did you follow her before this? Did you follow Yanni before this? And why did you hop on? Because I think a lot of people, and yeah, I did say in the back chat, Fatty, no, don't bring him on. Because I was letting her know, I don't like personal beef being brought up here. We're having a discussion overall, and she wanted to, in particular, to hold Anton accountable. That is her right to do so. And Anton hopped on. So why were you there? But why were you there? And if you were going to backtrack and say, oh, I should have had that discussion with Let Go behind the scenes and stuff like that. I should never talked about it. If you're going to talk about it, don't backtrack. Don't backtrack. That's all I'm saying. You could start your channel and new and everything like that, but I'm saying be careful how you start your channel and don't start it with mess. And my second problem with you is if Sheba is addressing something with Lucky, why are you jumping in it? Because now because I didn't see that until after. Because I actually was going to hop on that panel, but I was asked to not bring drama because I was going to bring drama. I was definitely going to bring drama. because I had a problem with some of the things that were being said. But I also didn't want to get on a panel again with people and argue back and forth. That's what I didn't want to do. And then you sat there and tried to jump in an argument. Fantasy, explain why you jumping in an argument that had nothing to do with you. Why you commenting on something that had nothing to do with you? Take this as a lesson learned to keep things quiet that don't have nothing to do with you, because then that's how you're getting addressed today. Because you're adding yourself in things, and you keep adding yourself in things and getting yourself in trouble. Because if you know you're working with Anton and Anton puts you on, then why are you going against him and jumping on some stuff? That's cool. Bye. You don't have to stay. You do not have to stay. I addressed it as I see fit. And everybody talks about things and watching this and had nothing to do. No, I'm saying, and I wish I could go back and I could play it. She was jumping in when there was a back and forth and emotions were high, and she felt like she wanted to talk about Sheba, and she had nothing, and it was an intense conversation. So why are you jumping in it, trying to gang up on her? Anton blocked her. He don't even F with her. Right. So if you were supposed to be showing loyalty to Anton, and why you jump up there? I'm just saying, I don't know how that was perceived with him, but I ain't got an answer to nobody. I ain't got an answer to nobody. Ain't nobody helped me build my stuff. I did. Now I collaborated with people and learned a new audience, just like my audience learned about them. So let's see. I'm looking through that's why I call it for what it is. I think it's clout chasing. That's not how you want to build your platform. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know if I want to let this rock. Let me see. And somebody said something like, why you turn on Anton? I ain't turn on Anton. I talked about my experience on the Lapeef network. I didn't turn on Anton. Just because I go on there doesn't mean I can't speak my truth. Just because I'm cool with certain people, I can't speak about how I felt getting off those panels or my experience on those panels. That is not, I didn't get up there calling nobody out their name or Anton this or Jadar this. I ain't never disrespected those men. All I talked about was B. Taylor's experiences on those panels. And I had every right to do so because I was asked and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it for other women who were thinking about going on there. This is what you're going to get. This is what you go through. If you're a mom, I don't recommend it. If you're a single mom, I don't recommend it. That's all I'm saying. Is it some of my subs coming from Anton? No. Honestly, I really didn't build up a lot of followers from working on these panels. They didn't do really nothing for me. They didn't do nothing for me. Subs don't equal profit to profit. Exactly. They don't. They don't. If anything, some people come here just to antagonize me. So what am I winning from that? And they don't really support me. I'm not gaining real supporters from certain panels or certain people. I'm not gaining real supporters from them. Those people really don't rock with me. They didn't come to my channel because they like B. Taylor. Okay? So if you don't rock with me, don't rock with me. I didn't beg for any of that. They don't watch my stuff. I put some stuff talking about how I was 4 months pregnant and how I got through that. None of those people was on there commenting, supporting. No. Views get you profit. Exactly. And you know what? I can get up here and start drama for views, but I don't. I just want to speak my truth. I have a job outside of this. Is YouTube great? Can it pay great? And I do want to talk about me not working hard enough, because I do want to address that. Because I told Anton this on the phone when he called me. I told him, and I also want to tell you one thing. Nobody can say they outwork me. Nobody can say that they outwork me. Let me flex a little bit, okay? Let me flex a little bit, because outside of YouTube, I actually have a real job. I have a real job. I'm a real journalist. I've won awards for a lot of the things. I work 25 hours straight and then the next day I work 12 to 15 hours straight because I was covering a hurricane. Guess what I was doing? I was helping out my community by giving them resources, telling their stories, inspiring the public, and getting the story told and the truth told, and people who actually had meaningful stories that could impact somebody. That's what I was doing. I was winning awards and writing stories that got picked up by CNN. I don't need to flex that. But since we're here, let's talk about it. Outside, maybe y'all the big dogs of YouTube, and that's fine. I'll build my channel the way God wants me to build it. Ain't nobody gonna tell me do this for views and do that for views and start drama here and start drama there. I don't need to do that. If it's a slow build for me, let it be a slow build for me. If I don't see money in it for the long run, oh well, at least I'll have my integrity and I can respect myself at night and I can sleep peacefully, because a lot of y'all can't even sleep peacefully at night because you got so much crap on you from spilling so much negativity. Half of y'all can't even get a good night, 8 hours of sleep because you got so much negativity on you. You got so much negative energy on you. And the more energy you put out there, the more negative energy that's going to come to you. Clipping someone's content isn't work. It's lazy flex. Exactly. I don't mind people doing reviews. But when you do reviews to insult people and talk about them and start drama and make fun of people and call them names and make fun of their life, make fun of their kids, make fun of their husband, tell them they're losing or winning, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, do you build your brand however you build your brand? But I'm good on the outside world. Like, I'm good. Outside of YouTube, I'm good. Matthew Washington, I wish some of the ladies had the same compassion for men when they made insults. Not you, but a lot of these women who are super sensitive are the most harshest. I don't know. I feel like you get what you give, like, right? Because a lot of the men don't like how I act and behave. But guess what? Like, I know in the back of my head, the reason why I go so hard, the reason why that I'm so combative is because I know you're going to clip this up. Y'all did it to me after the Pearly situation. Y'all clipped me up when I was sitting there letting y'all talk, being quiet, not over talking y'all. Y'all clipped me up and y'all spun a narrative that you schooled me because you want to seem like you put me in my place. You were the person that put me in my place. I don't know why so many men out here running around panel to panel. There's just a certain person who goes to every, I swear to God, if it's a panel that says that is there in the chat. They're so excited. Oh man, y'all talk about Batman and Robin. They're so excited to talk about us. So excited. And if y'all feel some type of way and you want to cut me off. Y'all ain't in my real life. Y'all not in my real life. I don't care. I probably won't even notice. I'm sorry. I probably won't notice. If you're not somebody of importance, you're not somebody that I met in real life and you want to cut me off, do it. I'm not going to notice. I don't care. I don't. And the sisterhood, I ain't never told nobody we got to put you up on sisterhood. I ain't never said that. Never done it. But I took it for what it is. Let me see. Billy the Kid, B. Taylor, I literally was the only person who had your back for a week. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. I do. Miss Pink 747, they sure did, and I unsubscribed that day. Not even sure which panel, but choose whichever ones. I see Fatty in the chat. Hi, B. Taylor, big fan here. Keep up the good work. Okay, Fatty, you trolling, but it's cool. I know, look, the thing is, and I'll say that here, Fatty was mad that I told Yanni don't put him up. Because what? Why were you trying to come up there, Fatty? Why were you trying to come up there? I'm just saying, like, why were you trying to come up there? You were trying to come up there to confront Queen Sheba about something that this had nothing to do about. And it got messy towards the end. And I was like, man, like, y'all, Yanni don't do this. She's not with the mess, okay? She's not with the mess. And y'all bringing personal drama to talk about certain people. I'm just saying. That's a fact. Billy would come to my channel and defend B. Taylor. I appreciate that, Billy, for sure, because it's People had hours long of lives, and I try to ignore it because I don't want to build my channel. I could easily react to every altercation that I have gotten into with a panel, but then that would change the dynamic. I will be doing my subscribers unjust if I was to do that, because yes, I will gain a quick following. I will gain all these views, but is it sustainable for the long run? Is it something that aligns with my integrity? Is it something that aligns with something I'm passionate about? I'm not passionate about talking about mess and drama all the time. I may give commentary and life lessons about certain things, but to just sit here and gossip and make fun of people and talk crap every day, that doesn't do nothing for me. It doesn't do nothing for me. So I don't care about nothing. So yeah, Fatty, I did tell her that. And you can be mad about it, but it's like, we're not here for that. We were talking about an overall picture. Like, whatever problem you have with Queen Sheba, she in the chat. She's in the chat. Something by he started, imagine that. Matthew Washington, I like how intelligent and articulate you are and those pretty cheekbones. Thank you. I got it from my grandma. I first got hip to you when you and Yancy was on the cruise season with the pineapple girl. You gave her great advice. Thank you. And you know what's crazy is like that was genuinely like me being vulnerable. Like I was able to feel safe to give constructive criticism to a woman. It felt like a safe place to give constructive criticism to a woman without feeling like the men are like, yeah, get her. They weren't like that. Like it was like a safe space. But the more people that started to come on and, come on to panels with their like emotional and like toxic, it just turned into something else. And then it just became a place where like, it's like, you're about to get clipped up. So how are you going to react to this? You got to be on defense mode. You can never let your guard down because somebody's always going to come for you. Hey, Christopher Payne, shout out to my member. These dudes really hate Black women. Little Bill apologized to 2 Black women yesterday for talking about their kids. Soon as a Black woman asks for an apology, he leaves. This is the thing. I understand there's dysfunction on both ends. I never said that sisterhood is not about not holding each other accountable. We just don't degrade and make fun of each other in front of the men who want to, cheer it on. But when it's so weird to me how women want to speak to women, but have a male but for men. Like, how can you say, I want to speak to women. I want women to listen to me. I want women to subscribe so I can help them. But then in the same sentence say, but I'm for the men. Why are you for either one? Why are you for either one? Just tell your truth and do it with genuine love and compassion. And also, don't apologize for something that you don't mean. Because I ain't going to apologize for nothing if I meant it. If I meant it, I'll stand on it. Point blank, period. Billy the Kid, B. Taylor, you feel like my family, my sister. I love a real one. You can't let the poison settle. Thank you, Billy the Kid. I appreciate that. Their apology is no good with me. These people are sick as F. Grown men talking about plotting to attack women, F around. And oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Thanks for the 99-cent, Christopher Payne. I appreciate it. Chris Hager, this is nothing new, the way Black men treat Black women, but Black women do bring it on themselves. Okay, explain how what justify a man calling a woman out her name for her opinion? What justify a man calling a woman kids, bastards, and what justifies that? What justifies a man calling a woman out of their name? Like even with Allie Dream, like they clipped her up. He was being so disrespectful to that woman for her opinions. He was so triggered by her opinion. She said nothing about him personally, and he personalized it. He personalized something that she believed, and instead of making it an educational moment, right? He comes for her personally and tells her these hoes like this. Like when you say hoes like this, you're talking about that woman. You're talking about that woman by her beliefs. Instead of like questioning why she believes that and kind of put a perspective on it. But no, nobody want to have these healthy conversations because they're boring. They're boring. They're so boring. Like, hold on. These dusties always want to blame women. Black men can never take accountability, and other black men roll with it. Like I said, when I got up there and Mr. Lego said, "Oh, I hold these men." No, you don't. No, you don't. You tell us to shut up. You tell us to shut up. And I also want to say this because I wanted to play this clip. Shout out to my girl Kelly. I wanted to play this clip here because this is how toxic this has gotten. You got women who don't have children now think that they are better than women who do have children. They think that they're better. Or women who are married want to flash the ring. Let me tell you something. I may not be married yet, but I will be married one day. And if you're like 30 years, 20 years, my senior, like, what are you doing flexing on somebody that's not even on the, okay. Every married woman in my life has always spoke positively and encouragement and with love and empathy and compassion. But when you get women on here that just want to like seem like they're better than you, that's all because that's all they have to make them feel valid and self-worth. It gives them so much self-worth. So I want to play this right here. I thought this was so interesting how this 20-something-year-old, she says she's 23. I don't know if she's 23. But I saw her in the comment section because she's so programmed by these talking points. She doesn't even think for herself. But I mean, what else can you expect for somebody that's like her age, right? Don't have a mind of her own. I want to play this right quick.
It sounds good on YouTube, but I hope you don't accidentally ever go through that. You can't say that women aren't because a woman gave her womb to someone that didn't choose her because you don't know the story. Maybe she did get chosen. Maybe she didn't stay in a relationship because it was toxic, because it was bad for her, because it was unhealthy for her or the child. You don't know. You're just talking right now. And that's what a lot of people do on YouTube. You don't know the backstory. It just sounds good. Why don't you actually ask someone what happened before you go off on your little high and mighty rant? I'm 23 and I'm still not a virgin, but I have sex. Like come on.
I want to address this comment. So at one point, if this is the case, some women need to be called out their name, period. This is a perfect example of the dysfunction in our community because only our men speak like this. Instead of the men being leaders and taking the high road and not degrading the very women that you're supposed to, not protect on a personal level, but the image. This is why Black women's image is never protected. This is why Black women run off and do what they do, because the men in the community feels like it's okay for abusive language against women that they don't agree with and that they're mad at. And if the parents weren't married and they have kids, it's a bastard. Okay, let's keep it real. So in the 50s and 40s, Black people were called the N-word and it was acceptable because that's what we were to them. It was in paperwork that we weren't even people, we were property. It was in paper. Just because something was said back then, it went from the N-word to Negro to I think I forgot, like Black and then African American, or Is it acceptable now for somebody? And when you're filling out a job application, are you okay because you're Black? Are you okay with that checkbox saying Negro? Are you okay with that? Because let me know if we want to go backwards. Because back in the day, they did call people who had kids out of wedlock kids bastards, right? That was something. This is 2023. But if we want to bring back, like, you know, if we want to go back, let's go back. Let's go back, because certain things are not acceptable. It's just an insult. Just because they used to call us Negroes back in the day doesn't mean that that's acceptable now. You see how dumb that sounds? You see how dumb that sounds? That sounds ridiculous. So I guess that it's okay to call people's kids an insulting word, because that's what it is. It's insulting. It's insulting. But if y'all are okay with being called N-words and being treated like property and not people, then let's go all the way back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Since y'all think it's okay to call people kids bastards, let's go back. Let's go all the way back when those words were acceptable. Because we could go there. We can go there. Because I actually do want to. Somebody's sorry, y'all. These comments, I'm like, these comments. I kind of missed some comments, y'all. Hold on. It's too much degrading going on, period. It's insane. Hey, Chrissy T. Yes, I definitely agree. Stand in your femininity and men won't call you out your name. Where do y'all give us the space to be feminine? Because on those panels, men overtalk you. They shut you down. They don't listen. And they disregard what you just said. And they also insult you without you insulting them first. So where do y'all give us a space to feel protected where we can be feminine? Because I have had conversations and debates with men that I can be soft because I know he's going to give me the space and safeness to speak without being interrupted, without being yelled at and overtalked. So are you gonna, because y'all, some of y'all men want us to be feminine, but y'all also acting y'all feminine as well. Y'all not being masculine men, y'all also being emotional. So if I'm being emotional and you being emotional, who's the feminine? Who's the because women are emotional, men are logical, right? That's y'all saying, right? So we both being emotional, who's in the wrong? Because I thought I'm acting in my nature. I thought that I'm being in my nature. I agree with you. Guys should take the high road, but if you're honest, a lot of women looked at most guys as worthless until they had a child or couldn't get the guy they really wanted. That is true for some women, but you can't group them all in one. Every situation is different. Chrissy, I always thought a bastard was a kid who didn't know their dad. I didn't know it was a wedlock thing. I think it was somebody give me the definition. Can somebody give me the definition? They're only okay with calling Black women out their names just because they have a different opinion. But I didn't hear none of them call Pearl out her name when she showed her racist side. Oh, now look, I do commend the man who called it out. And some men wanted to shuck and jive, tap, tap, tap. That's what I saw. I saw some tapping and dancing and shucking and jiving and bucking. And then I got some that's like, hey, you know what? I'm disappointed. I'll take accountability that I supported this woman who is probably saying racist, who has some racist beliefs, and agreed with a person who's anti-Semitic. I can't even say that word right now. A person who is a known racist, and she had some agreements with him. I don't deal with Black men that don't respect their women. I would assume that you would disrespect the ladies in the family, or you wouldn't protect the women in your family. But then they don't want to. It's like if people both on both sides, if the women start seeing men take accountability, they would have to turn to themselves and look at themselves. Miami Dre, you do realize that white households, the men perform abuse far more than me. I don't know where you're getting that stat from. or I don't want to make assumptions, but I don't know where you're getting that stat from. This isn't all Black men. When I say, look, there are some great Black men that support this channel, and they know it doesn't apply to them. They know it does not. They don't even, I look at them as men, and I look at them as kings. I do. It's the ones with the BS that try to pretend that they are men. Those are the ones that's being addressed. Isn't bastard in the dictionary? Negro is in the dictionary. It is. Who in 2023 is calling people kids bastards? It's true though, L. Taylor, your natural hair looks healthy. Though, keep doing your thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just wanted to address something. Some men are very feminine. It's so tough right now in the streets. Honestly, it's just a lot of generational damage coming to light. It is. And you can see, hey, Venus, you can see a lot of men who probably are really mad at their moms. Okay, so I'm going to assume you mean btaylor. Yeah. Don't call me L. Taylor. They was calling me that, trying to, as an insult. Some of these comments are ridiculous. Some of y'all need to go to therapy. Bastards are children who are born out of wedlock. Okay, so I guess if we're gonna say that, let's go way back and start calling. Like, I guess we're gonna start letting everything fly, because this is 2023. So some things that you go up to a man and tell that man that his children are bastards, and see how that work out for you. See how that work out for you. That's like inviting someone to your home and asking them to be quiet so you won't go off on them. We're so lost. We are. I just want to, because I want to also, I'm going to drop the link for those who probably want to, I don't know how to do this. Hold on. I'm going to drop the link if anybody want to say anything, because I'm not scared I'm not scared of a conversation. I do want to talk about threats. Because I'm going to show y'all this. Okay, so the definition is kids who parents were married or whatever like that. But if we're going to go back, Negro was like back then, like I would be counted as property. I would be counted as a Negro. Like you in 2023, ain't nobody calling a Black person that and think that it's going to be okay. It's not. It's going to be a problem. So go up to a man or a woman and see what happened when you call her kids that. Because a lot of them that's saying, well, your kids are bastards, they were too. Or they didn't even have a dad in their home. Like, are we really doing this? I want to, okay. I'm going to bring up Billy, but I do want to address this because somebody threatened me and Sheba. And this is how toxic this space has become. This is how toxic. So I hope y'all can see this. Let me see if I can blow it up. I don't think I can blow it up. Let me see. I don't think I can blow it up. But I'm going to read it to y'all. I'm going to read what this comment said. It says from Yoshi Oma. F King Sheba and her husband. I have a few female pro fighters at our gym who really want to beat the ish out of Big Mouth Sheba and btaylor. This was on Lucky's live. No, as you see, Ali is a moderator. He's too busy coming after Sheba. He allowed a threat to be laid out because he didn't like somebody. So because you don't like somebody and what they say, it's okay to threaten them, apparently. It's okay for other people. You're a moderator. And you allowed somebody to speak physical harm against two women for their opinions. Then the comment said, Sheba and B. Taylor, since you're in Texas, mind you, these people have been watching us because they know the state that we live in. We challenge you to come to our gym at Midtown MMA Houston because I'm tired of y'all. I'm coming to the US to visit. I am tired of y'all. So he's challenging us to come to the gym so someone can beat the shit out of Big Mouth Sheba and B. Taylor. Y'all mess with the wrong ones. Y'all just mess with the wrong ones. Baby, I can find your IP address. Okay. Y'all just don't know. I'm literally taking these threats, and Sheba's taking these threats very serious. You don't know our connections. But best believe, baby, we know the FBI. I know how to. I work in media. We get threats all the time, and guess what? We send the police coming knocking at their door. We had the police come knocking at your door. And most of those people who make threats like that be shook. Because we could try. I got your page. I got your information. Oh, the gym is getting contacted. We're going to find out who you are. So you're going to make threats like that. Make sure you know what comes with it. Make sure you know who comes with it.
Good job, girl.
Thank you. Because look, I ain't the one. I'm not the one. I will track your IP address. I will find out your email. YouTube already knows about you, sir.
Ain't Midtown MMA right off of I-10 in Washington?
Oh, I don't know. But the gym already has been notified.
I'm pretty sure it's off of I-10 in Washington. Right off the exit, the first street, like literally the first or second street, right off of Washington and I-10.
He's talking about Travis Tookie's gym. You know that gym?
Mm-hmm. That's the one I'm talking about.
Because me and Sheba have different opinions about things, and they don't agree with them. They want someone to beat the shit out of us. Do y'all hear this?
Right. And I don't take kindly to that.
I don't take threats lightly. And I know I have a lot of connections.
I take, me personally, coming from my background in the Marine Corps, we don't take threats as threats. If you tell me something, that's what it is. I'm not looking at this as a threat. I'm looking at this is what you're going to do. So I'm going to act accordingly. You shouldn't have never said anything if you wasn't going to do anything. So since you let your intentions be known, I'm going to act on these intentions, and I'm going to put you in a place where I am not allowed to be harmed or hurt because you're too stupid. You could have gotten me without saying anything, but instead you decided to show your hand in front of the whole world. So when you did that, you put yourself in a position to be prosecuted.
Yeah, you do. And everything, people think that just because they don't have their name and a profile picture, they can't be found. They sure can.
Oh, yeah.
They sure can. Yeah. We have found people just based off of the profile, because for every profile, there's an email. And for every email, there's information about you.
Yep.
And there's a thing called the IP address. You threaten me, I best believe I'm going to get the cops involved, that you wish physical harm on me and another woman over our opinions. And here you have men saying it's okay to call a woman out her name because of her opinion.
No. I was in the chat saying that I was raised a certain way, so I speak to women a certain way. I was raised a little bit roughly, talked to, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't spared anything. I got talked to like a young man. And so coming up, I didn't have no filter when it came to stuff like that. So, we live in this sensitive day and age now, but 15 years ago, you could call a woman a bitch, a hoe, and this, that, and other, and it really didn't it didn't carry as much weight as it does now. And so I'm just from a different school where if I say, if me and some dudes talking and they're like, yeah, B Taylor, this, that, and the other, and I'd be like, hey, that bitch fine as a motherfucker, huh? Like, it's not that I'm calling you, I'm not meaning you derogatory in any way. I'm not like looking at you as less than, because like Daryl said, I will call you a bitch, a hoe, this, that, and other, and then jump on YouTube and defend you to the fullest. Like I will literally die on a shield for you, B. So like, because you represent what I want to see. You represent what I want, just like I would hope that I represent what you want to see. I may not be perfect. I'm not. I know I'm not. But I'm a decent dude. I'm a dude that, has kindness, has love and compassion in his heart, and understanding. I'm not perfect by a long shot. But with those traits and those characteristics, I can make it a long way. People like me. And I'm not the nicest dude in the world. I'm not the
Your
sweetest.
phone's kind of, your speaker's kind of cracking a little bit. I just want to make sure people hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna pause real quick and I'm gonna come back.
Okay. I just want to make sure we can hear you because you're saying some real stuff. Yeah, you gotta be a real dummy to threaten someone on an email and an app. Like, we can track you, sir, and we can definitely get the police involved because I can find you very easily. Hey, Jordan Landry. In some of these panels and chats, people will insult people just for agreeing with y'all. That's why I just be going in on folks. That's crazy. And then they want to sit here and say, I'm pretending to be a victim. Can I show this? I'm pretending to be a victim. I'm pretending. When I usually get people who, when that whole Pearly situation happened, there was people that was making similar stuff just like this.
Do you
think the fact that he knows what state I live in and saying that he wants somebody to beat up, like, do you understand the psychology behind that? That somebody wants to wish physical harm against women because of their opinion.
That's some Stan shit. That's some Eminem Stan shit.
Right. Why was that allowed in that chat? Because I had to really think about that. Because I went back and I'm like, why was that in there?
Because the fucking water hole has been poisoned.
And guess who was a mod? That just shows, why are your moderators allowing threats in a chat? Only one person checked that, man, and that was Sean Gates. And Sean Gates, actually, shout out to Sean Gates, he didn't really rock with us in the beginning. Sean Gates did not rock with us in the beginning, but guess what? He eventually, like, you know what?
Wrong is fucking wrong. Wrong is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
One person checked that person who made threats. They not only made one threat, it's not like it two. And Ali was too busy talking mess about Sheba. He allowed, like, I don't have to like Ali. I don't have to like you. But if I see somebody threatening physical harm on you, I am going to get rid of you.
And I feel bad because I brought Ali to these spaces. Me and him were friends on Facebook.
Wow.
And we used to have these lives where we used to talk, different opinions, because we're cool, but we definitely have different opinions. We're very opposite ends of the spectrum, but we cool. So when I brought him over here, I just noticed that the Lapeef dudes, or JR and Anton, took to him a lot more than they took to me. And I was like sitting here, like, everything that I say becomes a talking point for the next month. When I'm on the, like a dude in the chat was like, I remember when you was on the Kay and Kayla show and Anton jumped up there and just started disrespecting you for no fucking reason. He just came up there and started a whole fight with you for no reason at all. And I was telling the dude in the chat, and I was like, and ever since that set the tone for the network for the next year. That was a year ago.
Oh, that was with
That
Kate
was
Taylor.
that was the Kay and Taylor show that they had me on every week, and then all of a sudden, I think maybe 4 weeks straight, and then on that fourth week, Anton showed up and he started disrespecting me out of nowhere, just trying to make me look weak, just trying to make me look
They needed
small.
drama. They
He
wanted
just tried,
drama.
right. But the thing is I was saying it was about the Victim Olympics stuff. I started speaking against it. I was saying that I don't believe in a Victim Olympics. I believe that Black people are the most predatorized people. There's prey, and there's a hunter, and then there's prey. There is no victim.
No.
And so Black people are just the most preyed upon people.
Mm-hmm.
There is no victim in this. You can be a predator too. You can prey on other people, and I'm just stating the facts of what I see. That a lot of races, a lot of other people prey on Black people. That's all I'm just trying to say. Fuck a Victim Olympics. Acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And so it was a whole fight between me and him, and then that carried on to Atlanta. And then in Atlanta, I was very disruptive and very not cooperative, and I put a whole wrench in their plan. And ever since then, they stopped the whole talks about meetups. Because remember, they were talking about going to DC next. They were like, we're going to DC, that area or whatever. But they had meetups every 3 months. But when I went into Atlanta and I saw Bruiser, I saw Kayla, I saw Island Girl Q, and all these people that they have on these all of the minions, and all of them fell on my side in Atlanta. That's what I was saying. That, like, when we came back, I was like, so all y'all just gonna get fucked up with me in the club and then come back here and be like, oh, we don't fuck with Billy.
Wow.
Nigga, y'all was smoking my weed.
What I'm learning, that's crazy that you say that, because I'm learning that YouTube, it's fake. It's fake. It's some fake people that pretend to be your friends, get close to you, and then shade you or disrespect you and talk to you crazy.
And then 2 weeks ago, this was a big old Scooby-Doo clue right here. I jumped on the Anton show with Q and all of them, and I was saying this was when the Pearly Things started off. This is like a week after me defending you. This is when everybody else is starting to get into the offense, the selective outrage shit. But I had been outraged for a week before this. I had said it when it happened.
Wow.
And nobody said anything.
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody said nothing. I said Pearl is MK Ultra. She is here to destroy our community.
She's an agent of chaos.
I started telling Anton, I believe that you are that too, because you're defending it. And everybody else who's gotten the check from Anton, y'all have the same fucking opinion. Don't none of y'all have no difference of opinion than Anton?
But this is the thing. Anton's a businessman. So he has.
Hold on, but look at this. Angry Man agrees with me with a lot of shit. Like, I get on there and I be disruptive, and Angry Man will be like, I love that nigga Billy, boy, he real. But then in the last 2-3 weeks, since he's been on the show and since he's been getting a little bit of residual from the other network, all of a sudden there's no more Billy on the panel. There's no more you my boy. There's no more. And so that was, I'm telling my wife, I'm like, you see the shit, right? She's like, I definitely saw it. I saw it before you even had to like bring this up to me. And so I'm sitting there like, why? Why though? Like, what's the reasoning? Like, we can all sit here and speculate, and have this petty between me and you beef and this, that, and the other. But I just want to know why do you stand on the side that you stand on? I just want to know the reasoning why. And there's only one reason: to put poison in the fucking water hole.
And you know what? I think that this just shows that I'm so glad I built my own platform, and I don't.
Oh, they already banned me from Fight Club.
They already banned you from Fight Club.
Yep.
See, that's a power play, and it's just like, look, and you don't stop, I would say YouTube isn't fake. It's the people. Yeah, it's the people that do it for paychecks. It's the people, but you know what? They all gonna have their day, and it's just like, that's why you got to start on your own. They think that Nobody can't tell me, oh, Anton made you or this panel made you. No,
Exactly.
y'all just got familiar with me because it was a collaboration thing. I didn't
Right.
actually come on these panels. I've been invited. I
Right.
didn't get through, I see people working their way up from Fight Club, then they get on Fight Club, then they move their way up to like different other panels.
Right.
Start
But the
showing up.
whole thing, B. Taylor, you're your own woman, and you are more than what the Lapeef Network deems you to be.
Thank you.
So whatever they think that you like me, I never made it past the Fight Club level. Only because I know the reason why. It's not because I'm not intelligent. It's not because I drink. It's not because of these, this, that, and other. It's because I don't care about your money. I don't care about what you, just like CNN or MSNBC, they are not going to put anybody up there behind that camera that's going to say something that do not align with their interests.
Yeah.
The truth cannot be told.
And that's you selling that's a part of you selling your soul because you're not being honest. I've seen people who, I don't want to offend. I gotta get up here and take up for this person, and I don't want to play both sides because like I don't want to step on nobody. No, who cares?
But where does that get you?
If you be this is the thing about people. If you're not being your true self, you're gonna always feel conflicted. You're gonna always feel like you got that pressure because you're trying to go with the flow. You're trying to go with the wave, and that's what's fake about it. And I appreciate you, Billy, for saying you big called out Pearl shit, and people only want to call it out because now it's a wave. Because when I try to call it out, a black woman tried to call out the hypocrisy and the things that she was doing. That she's an agent of chaos. You see what happened.
Yep.
You see what happened.
Yep.
And I didn't want to bring it even to my channel because I don't like that type of energy. But I'm like, you know what? As I make my exit, because ain't nobody can say they kicked me off a panel. I have slowly made my exit. People was like, I don't see you on this panel anymore. I don't see you on here anymore because I've been slowly backing away.
But to say that people say that you're so argumentative, so ghetto, and this, that, and other, you bowed out gracefully. You showed the world that I'm not going to disrespect myself to disrespect somebody else.
No.
And so I respect that.
I could have made so much money making lives and getting into beefs and doing reviews about panels I didn't been on and talking about people.
Because Anton didn't try to monetize you like a motherfucker. So look, but you could have turned around and did the same thing and made double the amount of money that he did.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that. You took the higher road.
I don't have no problem with Anton. I have a problem with some of the things that he said, but I told Anton straight up, I subscribe to your channel because I think that you have some talent there to talk about the bag, talk about the money. And I think instead of motivating just women all the time, motivate some of those men who need it. Because some of those men just have fathers or men.
Or they was in the same position that you were in, Anton, about 3 years ago.
Right. And that's why
let's not front, Anton. Let's not act like you was always Mr. Bag Chaser. Let's not act like you was always Mr. I got it. 3 years ago, we could go back and look at YouTube and look at you before the Versace frames and see that you had a whole different attitude, my brother. And they got a song, which is one of my favorite songs. Don't let the money change you. Don't let the money change, because they got a whole bunch of rich niggas that's bitch niggas. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay. We're going to decrease the cursing because,
I'm
trying to get in trouble. But I like them. Look, I didn't get into.
But the thing is that I love. Hold on. Let me say this last thing. I love my brother Anton. Mm-hmm. I love him like I should love every black man. I do love my brother, but I look at him as a brother, and I am not above checking your motherfucking ass when you wrong. I love you so much that if I didn't care, I wouldn't say shit. I would just unsubscribe and walk away. But instead, I'm telling you to your face, Anton, stop looking for validation from these people. Stop trying to get validation from everybody you talk to. Stop looking for validation from people other than people who look like you, because my mama told me, I grew up with a white best friend, and my mom and dad told me when the shit go down, Joe is not going to have your back like you got Joe back. And when the shit hit the fan, they were absolutely right. I was there to jump on a grenade for Joe, and Joe turned his back on me like Judas when the police came. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's a Caucasian man and he has something to lose. Definitely dealing with this brother over here. So let me go ahead and separate myself, and it's very easy for him to do that. Me, I got a friendship and loyalty. You know how brothers and black people are. So
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Let me go down and do this for my friend. This, that. I'm thinking he gonna have my back. Nope. And so the
Wow.
same thing. And so the same thing. I'm telling Anton. I'm telling him with Pearl. Like, you defending this woman to the teeth. Do you think that she would say anything about defending you if somebody came at your neck, Anton?
And this is the
Do
thing.
you think that she's gonna change her channel up for about a week straight to defend Anton?
I mean, she's already been called out by Abba and Preach, the contradiction, and like that she used to do content, the whitest white girl in the world, watch rap
I
videos.
saw that. I saw that.
And like she used to, like, it was all about money for her. And she's like, wow, black men are exploiting black women. Let me join. Let me
Right,
join. They're
right.
gonna let me join. Oh my God, I can surpass the men that's actually been doing this. I can surpass them.
This
and
is so freaking cool.
subscribers, and I could take my Africans with me.
Because black people are too
and
troublesome.
then, hold on,
I
I want to
prefer
say something. I want
Africans.
to say something about Sarah because, oh man, okay, this is my contradiction with Sarah. Apparently, he commented when all this stuff went down with me and Pearly. Sarah came to my channel and left in a long post checking me about how I was accusing her of something she wasn't. He had her back. And I remember he said, I work with Pearly, and he was so like caping for her. Sarah came for me on my channel, but it was so many degrading comments under it. I deleted it. But if you're a person who follow, first of all, get the likes up, y'all, because we got like 100 to 90 some people up in here. Can we get the lights up for me, please?
Yeah.
People
look.
came
Do
on
we
my
do the
channel
same?
talking
Do we
to
do
me,
the
taking
same
me up
thing that they
early,
do?
and now look, she's me tooing him. She's trying to take him down. She's trying to dox him. She's trying everything to silence his voice. Everything that she says that women do to men because they can't take accountability. She's not taking accountability. That's all I want to just say.
Look. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say that you're a little bit better than Sarah because I know that you'll forgive him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I even subscribe to
It's
him,
not even
and
right.
I support his channel, and I support I support his channel. Like
But do you think so? So look at this. With you doing that and your action, because actions speak louder than words. You could apologize all day, this, that, and the other, but your actions actually speak louder.
yeah.
So do you think that with you, like Sarah saying the nasty things that he said, and then you coming back and forgiving him, subscribing, and this, that, and the other, do you think Pearl is willing to do the same thing?
I look, Queen Sheba's right because I did not want to do a video on this girl. I did not want to do. I don't want to do a video about her. I really didn't want to talk about her, but I let other people do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what her agenda is. I think, like
She's
I
already
think
said
right, and I
that
think that
everybody has made something about me. I'm coming for it.
let her do. If she wants to me too everybody, let her do it. But she gotta, like, don't let her get on any other platform saying, oh, you gotta hold that L. So we'll see where it goes, but people still support her. People think that I'm jealous of her, and jealous of what? My outside life is YouTube is not my entire life.
Right.
I have built.
But the thing is, when you say, I know, let's see what happens, and I mean, I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I told Anton the same thing months ago. I said the rope that you pulled yourself up with is gonna be the same rope that be around your neck when you fall. That them black people that you use to get where you at gonna be the same black people that's gonna be around your neck when you fall.
I just, that's why I say you got to be careful how you build your platform and build it with integrity. And what's crazy is that a lot of my life mistakes were put on if you actually watch my channel, I've talked about certain things I was holding myself accountable. Like, if you don't know me, you think because I'm not on these panels boohoo and crying and saying I'm the worst person in the world that I don't hold myself accountable. I hold myself accountable. And at times where I didn't hold myself accountable, my subscribers that actually subscribe to me call me out on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like you don't take the time to actually watch my past content and things that I put my life out there, and I've talked about my mistakes, and I talk about my mistakes so other people don't do it. I don't want nobody to end up in certain situations that I ended up in. But if you are in my situation, here's how you can overcome that. I'm being tested daily. Like, I don't know why God chose me to be the one to, like, I'm not the perfect one. And if you want, what's crazy is if you want picture perfect.
I don't know why y'all niggas think I'm drunk every night. I'm just reading the chat. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. My thing is is that if you want picture perfect, go follow perfection. But let me tell you something about my God, is that Jesus, when he was here, he didn't hang out with the righteous ones. He hung out with the sinners. It's a reason why he hung out with the sinners, because they were more realistic. They didn't throw stones and hide their hands when they had stuff in the background that they didn't want to. I think Sheba explained it perfectly, that they feel like they're not a sinner. They feel like they're picture perfect.
Right.
Sheba says, girl, you don't have to explain to them folks. I know. She be telling me, don't explain yourself.
Look, in Atlanta, one of the main things I told that she probably went back and told Anton because she laughed. Me and Rita was downstairs because they had an open, but it wasn't an open bar. You had to pay for the bar, but they only took cash. So we all had to go downstairs to the lobby and stand in line for the ATM. So me and Rita standing in line together. And we having a great conversation. Let me tell you, Rita is the sweetest woman ever.
I can tell
and she is so nice. She is so down to earth. And I see why she's with Anton. Like, you can definitely,
I think she balances him outside.
Right, definitely. She is definitely the opposite of him. You get what I'm saying? And so we stand in the line. She's like, hey, Billy, this, that, and other. I'm like, hey, what's up, Rita? We talking. I said, so how does it feel being the only woman in the world married to a nigga with two assholes?
Wait, we gotta stop cursing.
She bust out laughing so hard. Let me tell you. And so that made me think like totally different about the whole situation. Yeah. Like, she made, because my wife would have probably did the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody would say, how you feel being married to the man with two buttholes? And my wife would probably laugh at that too. So, like, but my wife also knows that I'm not crazy like I pretend to be online. Yeah. And so I don't think that he is really who he portrays himself to be.
I don't think so either. I think that that's why people, like, really rock with him, because I think that he has like genuine, I don't want to spend too much time on Anton because he's moved on from the situation, but there's a reason why certain people ride for him the way they ride for him. And some people really only want to eat off of him. They don't really care about him.
Right.
And there's some people that will go hard for him because they want to eat off of him and ride off his coattail. And I don't know, like I said, he knows how to get the money. He knows what brings in views. But like I said, I follow him and I'll still follow him. I don't have to, if he feels like I betrayed him or whatever, I didn't. I could have got there and said a whole bunch of stuff, but I did not talk about my experience and some of the things that I didn't agree with. And I said it. I've said that I didn't agree with it. And
but I'm saying that you never said anything disrespectful.
No, I've never said nothing disrespectful about him, and if I did, I'll stand on it because I'm not scared of nobody. I don't care. Right. But I think that he's so good with people in the bushes. Go ahead and hit the because they watching. They quietly watching and lurking.
Brandy, I know you back there, Brandy.
I don't even know who Brandy is.
These people that I met in Atlanta that be like, I don't even be in the chat. I just be watching. Let me go out. Let me hit another one. Rita. I know you out there, Rita. Rita be doing the footwork for Anton. She really the brains behind the business. He's just the face.
Oh, the women are always a good wife is always the brains behind a bit what is it called? A very successful man. Is a
Yeah.
very successful man always have a woman that's the brain of it, you know. But this is the thing. I just wanted to address
B Taylor, can I ask you a question, a personal question? Would you
Sure.
be willing to date outside of your race?
Would I be willing to date outside of my race?
Yeah, because you are a really nice girl and you are very beautiful. And I know an Arab guy who loves black women and he is single. And I'm telling you, I could hook you up, girl. But you got to be willing.
I actually, this is the thing. This is why they don't like me either. Because I said that if you can't find black love, date outside your race. I don't have a problem. I date outside my race. I've been on dates with white men. I've been on dates with Asian. I've been on dates with
Girl,
Hispanic.
you in Texas. They all love black women.
Exactly. Like that's why I said when they say, "Oh, other races and men don't like y'all," I'm like, "Ooh, I get more."
I know you saw that Astros game when Megan Thee Stallion went out there to throw that ball. The internet has not cooled off yet. She has set the internet on fire and it has not cooled off yet.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, she looks good. She lost a lot.
She look real good. God
Yeah.
damn, Megan look good.
Look, this is what y'all can expect from me. First of all, I want to say I'm thankful for the people that supported me. I'm thankful for people like Billy, Jordan, Matthew,
my boy Jordan,
Lindora. I just want to
Lindora.
Daryl, all the people that's in the chat that's been supporting me, that's went the back for me, that defended me, that checked people on talking about me, people who don't even agree with what I say, also just have a certain respect for me. I'm thankful for the crew season. I'm thankful for JR and Kelly. Like I'm thankful for certain people. I'm thankful for even Anton or just anybody that I've worked with that I don't have any like personal, that's never personally insulted me. Like I'm thankful for certain people and certain interactions. I've learned a lot in this atmosphere that I can now take with me. Actually, as many of people don't think, I actually was listening to the men. I'm still gonna have my thoughts and opinions, but I actually did learn a lot from this space. I learned about the toxic things, but some of the good things from the men who are actually happy, healthy, and spilling some knowledge. Like I take that with me. I take that with me and I talk about it in my personal life. And I try to understand men a little bit more and a little bit better. I don't understand them all the way because it's not meant for me to understand, because every man is different, right? But I understand some of the concepts where I can have a little bit more empathy for men. So I do appreciate that being in this space. Like it wasn't just all bad. It was definitely more negative than positive being in these spaces and the people. But like shout out to the crew season. Like I have no issue with, it's just the certain people outside of the crew season that will come on the panel for an agenda. That's what I had a problem with, But I appreciate, and I'm thankful for the people that's riding with me, that's going to support me after. But the future content, I'm getting back to, like what I want to do. If it doesn't bring a lot of views, I don't care. Like, I just want people to rock with me because of me.
Well, look, I'll sit here
because of me.
B Taylor, I'm going to sit up here right now on this Monday. What's today's day? April 10th, 2023. And I will go on the record saying that I will be your sidekick. I will anytime add me on Instagram or whatever. And
follow me on Instagram. I don't know. I haven't been on Instagram, so
but anytime like you're about to go live, just hit me up and be like, "Hey, would you like to be my little co-host or whatever tonight?"
Yeah.
And I'll shoot you an answer right away.
We're gonna try to keep it classy on this side because the ladies don't like a lot of like vulgar language, so we're gonna keep it classy over here.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good because I need the practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I need the practice.
We're bringing this up to a professional level where this can, get like big brands. Recognize this channel.
So basically, what I want to do is I'm gonna shoot like add me up. We'll be friends on Instagram, or whatever, and I'll send you hot topics whenever I see them, and then we can discuss in the DM or whatever whether we're gonna talk about it, what we're gonna talk about, or whatever, and just have an open discussion, and not too like, organized,
Mhm.
but have it, what's the word I want to say, like a play.
Like plan it out, like plan
Yeah,
it out.
like plan it
Yeah,
out like a
yeah.
play, you know what I mean, like an improv
Okay.
play. So
Yeah, we could do that.
yeah,
We-
so I'm definitely saying, and I'm not here to uh do that Lapeep shit and try to get a little check off. I'm only doing this because of the love of
Yeah, all that work that
B
you put in
Taylor.
at Fight Club, you could at least give me some support.
Right,
Well
exactly.
respected.
Exactly. And I know that when people see me up on that thing, they're gonna be like, oh shit, Billy on there talking shit. Here we go. You ready to hear some crazy stuff? Here we go.
Yeah, Billy, I want you to start your own stuff too, and really
I
just
will
kind of,
actually. And so
yeah, because you know what? It's the one thing about building other people's platforms, but make sure you got your own. That's what I had to learn too. Matthew said, "Are you not doing cruises anymore?" I mean, right now I panels in the like. I don't have like I said, Trill, amazing, OT, amazing, Smooth, amazing. I haven't personally worked with Kenny, but I've met him in person. Like if they invite me to, they have a live show, I'm there. But as like every Wednesday and stuff, like I really just want to get back to like posting on my channel, and like I barely don't have time to do things on my channel. So I want to start posting on my channel more and working with like other women, content creators. But I'm not saying
yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
doing any panels. I just don't want to be in a panel where I'm arguing and like the
Right.
negativity, like, not saying that the cruise season is negative, but just certain people that come on there just ready to attack. Um, you know,
Well, the thing
people don't
is,
have
I'm
to work
glad that
behind the
you're
scenes anymore to get me off. Like the brotherhood,
yeah,
it's just I'm bowing out gracefully.
yeah.
Like they're right. Yanni brought up a good point. If it's not good for your mental health, which I'm not in a space to take on negativity. I have my mental health needs to come first. And I feel like I don't need to be around, negativity anymore because it is weighing down on me. And I warn single mothers, be careful where you listen, because this is the thing that these men don't know. It's not easy and it's not commendable of being a single mother. It should not be something that's praised, but you do what you do and you're doing the best that you can. And don't let nobody tell you that you are a disgrace to society, or, because you're trying your best, you can learn from your mistakes. And how you take accountability is just learning all that you can, protect your womb, handle your business, take care of your home, take care of your kids, get on your feet,
Amen.
and don't make the same mistake twice or three times or four times or whatever. Like, no,
Amen. Amen.
like God is a redeemable God, and nobody could speak for God except God, and God's word is documented in the Bible, and nobody can tell you anything different. So God is not a trend, like Pretty V said. So that's what I have to say. And I just say that my therapist even said it. She said, I had to talk to a lot of women who's been messed up because of them listening to stuff like this
Right.
all the
It's
time.
poisonous.
It's poisonous. And I pray for those people that's always in these spaces, because it really just does something to your mental health. You're telling single mothers to be careful, yet you just say you're going to continue to support Anton. Who said we were the enemy? I'm a little confused.
Well, look, let me say it like this. Well, first, before we
I
get
think they're
into
talking
that,
to me. Are they talking to me?
yeah, they talk. Well,
Okay.
hold
Wait.
on,
Let me.
get it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. So, beautiful take. Me and B Taylor live in Houston,
Yeah,
and
you
it
telling the
is
city
the.
I live in. I already
I'm
got
sorry.
people
I'm
threatening
sorry.
me.
Well, we already done went through it. I'm sorry, but look, let me tell you this. It goes to the point. And so we live in the capital of beautiful Black women. And most of these beautiful Black women have children. They have kids. They have a past. They have things that they've been through in life that they've lived. And to think that you're going to meet a beautiful woman who is everything that you would want, you are not the first man to talk to this woman. To even think that is stupid, is ridiculous. So Just like you have a past, she has a past. Mistakes may have been made, but I have a homegirl who I've been knowing since middle school. She has 6 kids, and let me tell you, she is never without a man.
I think what they're saying is that well, so for our first beautiful taste. So I never said I support what he said or what he's done. So Anton has 2 different channels. One, he talks about money, and then like he doesn't talk about relationships or anything like that. He talks about the economy and money. So although I don't agree with everything that he says, I do know that he knows what he's saying. He's when he talks about money and like finances and how to build wealth. And so I like watching like Dave Ramsey. I like getting different perspectives about money because as I grow in my career, the more money I make. So I want to kind of like know about that and get different perspectives and how to like build wealth and whatever. So that's what I was saying. I'm sorry, Billy. What does that have to do with Anton Collins? Right. I never said single mothers. I'm saying single mothers protect your space and don't go anywhere that's going to mess with your mental health. I never said go and support Anton because if you don't want to support Anton, please don't. Like if you don't want to support
That's
me,
one of the poisonous
don't.
That's one of those poisonous talking points that I was just talking about. Like y'all gotta like realize that life don't happen how they talk about on these podcasts. Like life is if you
I'm sorry, that was funny. Cause look, you said that's funny. I knew that was
right, but hold on. You know why she keep a man with 6 kids? Because she know how to treat men. Men love her. She always have a new dude. She can't keep a man. But,
right. Well, we're trying to get women to keep a man.
right, hold on. But I'm just trying to say that, hold on. But if she had a better attitude, she probably could, even though she has 6 kids. But because what I'm trying to say is, although she has 6 kids, there's dudes that are willing to try.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I never got that whole like we don't want to date single moms. Then don't date them. There's plenty, and you calling those men simps doesn't do anything because we're gonna be simping going on vacation. We're gonna be simping going to Disney World. We're gonna be simping going on dates.
Most of the dudes that she mess
having
with,
fun with life while you're mad
that I'm be the most gangsterish, D-boyish, alpha male-ish. Don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Like she deals with a certain type of dude. And they not no punks.
Yeah.
And so for y'all to sit up here, oh, I don't want to deal with this, that. No, you get what you get. Just like women get what they get. Y'all in the same boat. What makes you think that you better?
It's men out there. It's men out there that will date women with kids. And actually, I know more women who had kids out of wedlock that are now married. I have 2 friends who had kids out of wedlock that are getting married this summer. And I have women who don't have any kids that are still single.
Right.
So,
can't find a man.
Right. And so I do when men say, well, it's not because I don't know. We could talk about that on a different level because I do think some women who are single moms need to have a different mindset. But there are some men who would rather be with a single mom because they're like fathers themselves, or they know that she could, give them a kid or whatever.
And
or
she may have motherly energy.
Exactly. He likes that. Actually, it's a lot of men who are very attracted to women who have that motherly image and taking care of their kids and cooking and showing off their breastfeeding and all this. There's men
love
those same men that were talking mess about women on YouTube be the same men that be in my inbox. So
they be the same niggas that be falling victim to Brittany Renner.
Right. So I'm just like, it is what it is.
And the girl that I went to school with, she got 6 kids, looked just like Brittany Renner.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
and although she has 6 kids, she still has a body just like that. Like she has a kid, pop it out, body shot, snap right back.
Yeah, beautiful Tay. I understand what you're saying. Like, I think that when he said all these things, it wasn't on his financial page. It was on his La Peep. But like I said, like, he apologized. Yanni held. Look, one thing about Yanni, she held them men feet to the fire, and they came correct. they came right and they came correct because it was a big dog calling them out. It wasn't a small YouTuber or a woman who didn't have a platform or somebody with no voice. This is a woman with a very powerful, strong voice and a lot of women followers. And so they had to come correct. And some of them got up there and wasn't being as honest as they could have. And I called it out, but other like it is what it is. I just wanted to talk about it and keep it 100 for those who's watching. Y'all and y'all ain't say nothing, but y'all hiding in the bushes. Y'all can hit that like button too. But yeah, just expect other content from me. I'm going to be brainstorming. If you want me to cover a certain topic, inbox me, btaylor_tv. I think it's btaylor_tv. It's my Instagram. I'm going to be trying to post more. I'm just kind of working at the kinks and a schedule of how many times I want to post and stuff like that. But I appreciate everyone who came and stopped by to watch, those who like me, those who don't like me. Thank you for your view.
B, I got to get up, go to work early in the morning. We wrapping it up. And I just want to tell you, make sure we add each other on, the Instagram. Let's get this conversation started and let's move forward.
Yes.
Love you, sis. Love you, sis.
Love you too. Thank you for coming by.
Right. Hopefully, me, you, and my wife, we can do like a brunch meetup or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Right. We can go get some mimosas and some tacos or some shit.
Yes, that sounds like everything I love.
Right, exactly. And we have a real good time, laugh, and all that.
That would be fun.
So I'm so glad you're in my city. I'm so glad that we got to talk and connect. And I'm gonna talk to you later, love.
All right, talk to you later. I'm about to start wrapping up.
All right, boo.
All right. Wait, who is this? Let's keep it real, Taylor. Is actually a sweet person, but she needs to get the masculine woman out of her life and head. I don't have any masculine women in my life and head. I can think for myself. I don't know who you're like. B Taylor, too amazing. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. I don't agree with everything B Taylor says, but I definitely expect your views encouraged. Thank you so much. You don't have to agree with me, but I love to hear different perspectives. So maybe I'll have when I do lives, y'all can come on and we can talk about some things and women talk, men talk, but it's in a very respectful and healthy manner. But I got some content that I have written down. I'm going to be back soon on YouTube. But yeah, I respect everybody. I don't have no beef with nobody. And I said what I said. I said what I said, and I said what I said. And I addressed the people tonight that I wanted to address. And it is what it is. If you feel like you want to cut me off, cut me off. Life goes on. You're not paying any bills or any impact in my life. But thank y'all so much. Shout out to Queen Sheba. Definitely, girl, I thought you was going to come up and speak your piece. But you got it. You got it. You said what you had to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out because I do have an early morning as well. But I appreciate those who have stopped by and watched. Hopefully my internet didn't suck too bad. But yeah, all right, guys. But I appreciate everyone's. I kind of want to go out. Was I listening to this? I don't know if I was this. Let me see. I'm going to go out with some music. There we go.